Mars. Come and save your child. Baby Earth is reeling and willing and needs your tender embrace. Mothers of the universe, Mother Nature's skies. Ooh, come save your child. Come and save your child. Come sisters, come and take back your child. This great.
Hello. It's another Thursday evening. Seems like we've been gone for a while. Long time. We missed Agatha. Agatha been gone forever, like a whole year.
I've been traveling and I had COVID and then I came back and then I was traveling again and then I was sick.
Yeah.
So that's my excuse.
Yeah, accepted. Your excuse is accepted.
Thank you.
Welcome, everybody. This is GeesBeeCee Women with Words. We're here this evening. We missed you all last week. But sometimes, we can't keep going. We get tired. We got to take a break.
Is that what that is?
Yeah, that's what it is. And I'm sticking to that also. But we want to welcome you all to the show. I forgot to upload something, but I guess we'll do it. It's Thursday. It's not the last Thursday in June, but it is the Thursday before Father's Day.
That is true. Father's Day.
This is actually going to be our Father's Day show. We'll talk a little bit about the Father's Day. We see this 50-year-old trending on Facebook.
Listen, I saw that thing. I'm like, okay, some of y'all need to continue to post because maybe they need to start the 60 trend, because I see some dudes out there that I'm like, dude, it's a papel now. He way older than me. Why are you in this 50+ group? We ain't proud.
I know.
We ain't proud.
We ain't trying to hit on y'all, but we're excited that the men can be excited. I went and I posted, I said, please, wives, leave the men alone. Let them post their picture. Don't be asking them who that one commenting over there, who that other one, who that other one there. But
that's
anyway,
a lot of work for somebody to do that.
Yes. People do though. People do. But welcome. We're coming straight off me celebrating my birthday. We will
why? Wasn't that something? Look, Auntie. Girl, I was enjoying you. I was celebrating with you.
I know. I got to even declare a Glendy Day.
It was Glendy Day on Facebook.
It was
I
amazing.
changed my profile picture, everything.
Yes.
It was Andy's birthday.
I felt the love. I think I didn't really do anything, but it was the best birthday for me because I actually called my cousin. I was so overwhelmed. Believe it, I was overwhelmed. Nice. I called Victor. I'm like, what is going on? It's like I couldn't focus.
People love you.
I felt it. I felt the love. I actually felt the love, and I felt good because I've been through a lot. And it's just like, and then sometimes we get carried away by the back and forths we do on Facebook, but to just see how people really celebrated with me was an amazing thing. So I want to say thank you to all of you. Yes. I also wrote, of course, my second book is out.
Yeah.
I have a copy.
Yeah. I'm waiting for my son.
I'm excited. You'll get it. You're gonna get it. You know that
I'm gonna get it.
You're gonna get it.
I know.
But I'm excited. Yeah, excited to be here. Excited to have been able to write this book. It is an easy book. It's a short book. So according to the people, if you're able to publish a book of quotes or poems, you are officially a poet.
Okay.
So I think I'm gonna add poet Glendy.
You're a poet. Put that to your resume.
I'll add it to my resume, but I'm excited. So please,
so maybe we should do G's quotes now, since we're done with the deck of cards from Mom May.
We should be able to do G's quotes. Yes.
There you go.
My piece, G quotes. That's all it's called.
G quotes. Okay.
So anyway, welcome. We don't want to waste any much time, but we're excited to be here. I wanted to just for a minute, we shared on the page Dr. Tanu Duako and his wife. They've been together. That's him and his wife sitting here. The two of them are medical doctors in Liberia. They've been together for almost 40 years, and they've been married for 30. The reason why I bring him because he's done so much work in Liberia, but you never see him talking. He works with the medical college. You never see him talking. You never see him saying anything. And that morning when I went to him, I said, Doc, today I come and put you on blast. He said, hey, Glenda, you're blast, and that's my blast. He said, I so want to congratulate them for the time. It's not easy to be able to sustain a marriage for 30 long years. So to them, our hats go off to you, to your children and your grandchildren. So we appreciate you and all that you've done for Liberia. I want to talk with today. Our guest is actually coming to us from by way of Liberia. It's a very beautiful woman, beautiful woman. She's doing some amazing thing in Liberia. I want to send a shout out to Ose Kanga, who has sent me her information and said, I think you all at GBC will want to talk to this lady. We're so amazed by what she's doing. So I want to welcome. Nice. We want to welcome Josephine Kolubah. Are you related to Yeke Kolubah?
I think we are distant cousin.
I love him. I'm a fan.
Yeah, we love Yeke here.
I'm a fan of Yeke Crazy.
Welcome. This
Thank
is
you.
Coffee with JoJo. She is also a talk show host, but we'll talk a little bit about her talk show. But I want you to tell us a little bit about who you are. Like I said, Ase was the one. She was very persistent when she sent your information. Every time there was a video out for you, she sent me the video. Glenda, you need to call JoJo. You need to talk to this one. Let the people hear what she's doing and let the people see. So tell us a little bit about. There's a video I was trying to upload, one of her videos, so that people will be able to see it. So I'm going to step out a little bit so that I can continue with you so that people can see the work that you're doing in Liberia.
Okay. So we'll start, JoJo, with our usual question. Introduce yourself to us. Tell us who you are.
Oh, okay. So my name is obviously Josephine Kolubah. I'm from Lofa County. I don't know. It's hard to introduce myself. Usually, it's one of the hardest questions I get on talk shows or shows like this. But pretty much, I'm just a daughter of Liberia, and I'm into a little bit of everything. I'm into movies. I'm into hosting, and the best of it all now is that I'm a humanitarian by the grace of God. So yeah, pretty much that's who I am.
Well, let me help you introduce yourself there a little bit, since you're shy to toot your own horn, because Orsa says a lot of great things about you.
Right.
So I'll ask the question. So
okay.
You said you're from Lofa. Did you grow up in Lofa? Did you grow up in Monrovia? Are you currently in Monrovia? Tell us a little bit about your upbringing.
Definitely, I grew up in Lofa/Guinea because of the war. I was born in Vonjima, and then during the war, we fled to Guinea. So I grew up between Lofa and Guinea. Monrovia, we came here 2008. At the time, I was already, I was a teenager, almost a teenager, yeah. So I grew up in Lofa, definitely. I stayed a long time in Lofa, and then we moved on to Guinea, and later moved to Monrovia.
All right. So 2008, you said you got to Monrovia. Did you go to high school in Monrovia? What school did you go to? What did you do after high school before ending up at this point?
I went to high school in Monrovia, right? Because everything we learned in Lofa, when we came to Monrovia, it was like we had to start over, because most of the things we were learning at the time, it was like just morals and how to go about ourselves. So it was just traditional school we were in at the time. When we got to Monrovia, then we started actual academics. I went to Zion High School. I graduated from Zion High School, and I moved on to UMU. And yes, I graduated, and then I traveled out and I started finding myself. At the time, all the time I was in school, it was more of just, getting the basics. And then when I moved outside of Liberia, first Ghana was when I went to kind of pursue my career in acting. And I was there. I went to school in Nigeria for a while, like 6 months thereabout, where I learned script writing and hosting of shows, and just the entire entertainment thing. Yes, and then later on, I could not get what I was actually looking for into entertainment because I was not home, so I was being treated differently. It was a little bit harder than the citizens of that country. So I moved on to, getting into other things like business. So I learned business.
Did we lose her?
She's frozen.
Yeah.
Oh, seems like she's
All right. So
on
Josephine,
job. I was
there we
working
go.
for
She's
people,
back.
and then I learned business, and I just focused on business until.
All right. So you're going in and out. So we just lost Josephine. So
Yeah.
in the meantime, Glennie, do you have the
So Josephine. I think Josephine has been working, doing some humanitarian work with the underprivileged people known as Zogos in Liberia. It's just amazing. You'll see her videos if you're watching with us. Her videos are called Coffee with Jojo. She has a lot of she actually goes into the trenches with these people. They sit, they talk. I think one of her desire is to build a home for them. Like she said, she's doing humanitarian work. So I have a video that I uploaded. We don't own this video Facebook. We're sharing it as a matter of publicity. To be able to honor the work that Jojo is doing.
I'm so sorry. The network is terrible.
That's okay.
Yes. We
So I was just
understand
yeah,
It wants to ring. That's why the weather.
Okay. But I wanted to share the video so that we so that we give you an opportunity to talk about this video and talk about your desire, why you decided to go into this area. I like that. I like that you said when Agatha asked you talk about the acting, and I want to come back to it. Is that you said something important? Is that you were treated differently
in another African country.
Definitely.
Yeah, we'll definitely come back to that.
So we'll come back to that.
Sure. My name is Josephine Kolubah, but everyone calls me Jojo. I'm a TV host, an event host, social media influencer, and a humanitarian. I'm on a journey as a humanitarian to help as many people as I can from the ghetto. As a social media influencer, over a year plus ago, I decided to use my platform to speak on drugs, the intake of drugs amongst young people, because I have a lot of young people who follow me. So I decided to use my platform to speak on drugs addiction in our country. The Liberian Civil War is over, but we as Liberians, we are still faced with so many crises, especially drugs addiction. Thousands of Liberians are addicted to drugs, and we need help. In every community, in Monrovia and outside of Monrovia, there are ghettos. Not one, not two, not three. Some communities have 5 ghettos, 10 ghettos. And all of those ghettos are filled with young people. Young people who should be making decisions in the future. They are wasting in the ghetto, dying every day. This is a call to restore the lost generation. Our generation is lost. Liberians are dying. The youths are dying every day. We need help. Drugs is taking over Liberia. Most of the youths who are on drugs now are paying the price for something they have no idea of. Most of them were not even born during the war. But I strongly believe that Liberians or Liberia got exposed to the intake of drugs right after the war. It started during the war. I remember I was a kid, but I used to hear them say the smoke, the powder from the gunshots. And it went on from there. They started smoking different things. They started smoking weed. And now it has escalated to something very dangerous. Now they are smoking tar, cocoa, kush, all kinds of drugs. We need help. Liberians need help. The youth of Liberia needs help. And I'm on a journey to help as many people as I can to say no to drugs. We have so many young people on drugs. As an influencer, I decided to add my voice to the many voices in Liberia using my platform. So I started visiting ghettos. I remember the first day I went to the ghetto with the intention of just talking to them and calling people's attention to this problem that we have in our country. When I got there, I saw thousands of people, young people. I saw babies, I saw pregnant women, I saw men, I saw boys, potential men. And I felt so bad and decided that, okay, besides just talking or adding my voice, I think it's important that I do something. I start with the man in the mirror. So as I'm calling the government, as I'm calling the Liberian people to pay attention to this case or to pay attention to this crisis, I also want to be a part of the solution. So I decided to take the first 6 persons from the ghetto and take them to rehabilitation center. So we have the Jojo Hope House of Substance Freedom, where
watched. Unfortunately, Josephine also is off the screen now. She's in Liberia, like we were saying. Let's bring her back. We'll watch a little bit about the video. Tell us about and to those of you who just joining us, of course, you're watching GeesBeeCee Women with Words. This evening, we're here with Josephine Kolubah from Liberia, a Liberian philanthropist, an artist, a talk show host, a young woman who have decided to go into an era of helping people who live in the ghetto. So tell us about how you came to this decision of wanting to do this.
Like I said in the video, it all started with me just trying to shine light on these people using my platform, because I have quite a following on my platform. So when I went there, it was all about, you know, saying that, hey, there are people in the ghetto. Little did I know that it was that much, because I wouldn't see them in the streets. I didn't have that mind of going in the ghetto. So that day, I don't know what got in me. When I went to the ghetto, just to shine light, you know how you create content, just to shine light. And I realized that, no, this is beyond shining light. You know, this is more than just calling up people. So it wasn't thought of. I did not think about it that, okay, I'm about to start helping people. I just felt the need, like every other Liberian would. I felt the need. I saw it as something that we need to pay attention to. And like I said in the video, it was something that I felt like, I, for one person, I kind of like people. It sounds crazy, but I somehow feel for people, especially people who are not empowered, disadvantaged, blind, old, crippled. Those kind of people is weird. I've been that way since I was a kid. So, you know, when I saw them in the ghetto, the way there were many, I saw some of them really sick, lying down all under there. I went in their place, and for some reason we just clicked. Like they keep so close to me, they've been knowing me before. So it just happened naturally. And I called on people. I told them that I don't have money. I just came to tell the Liberian people that, hey, you're here. But I didn't know it was this big. But I don't have money to give you guys. I'm going to call the attention of people to you people. And when I went home that night, I remember sleeping and I couldn't stop thinking about it. Every time I closed my eye, I would just see this case in my head. Like I kept seeing them like a flashback. I kept getting it. I couldn't sleep. I was like, okay, you know what? I'm going there tomorrow, and I would try as much as I can to help the first 1, 2 persons. It wasn't something I planned on doing big. So helping 1, 2 person, it went on to 4 persons, and then I later took 6 persons. And from there, going from one point to another, it just started increasing and increasing, increasing. And here we are.
So you're young, and then you go back to Liberia. You're trying to make life for yourself. You go back to Liberia, and then you take on this huge responsibility. What were you
Right.
thinking?
I don't know. It's like a push. I don't think about it. I don't know if you saw the project I was trying to undertake. When
Yeah.
people trying to look at it like, Jojo, where you gonna get it kind of money from? I don't see it as, I don't see it as impossible. So I don't know whether is a force behind this, but I just feel so good. I feel so fulfilled. I've done so many things. I've done business, I've done movies, I've done hosting of shows, I've done so many things, but there's nothing that have made me feel so fulfilled, so fulfilled in my life more than what I'm doing. So no matter how difficult it gets, it don't really seem difficult to me. Like there's always a way of me just getting out of it. Yeah.
Yeah. And you talk about what you're trying to do. So what is your end goal for this project? You're here now, and this is the thing, you are a brave woman. Not every woman, not every young person will want to be, because some people they're afraid to be around Zogos, quote unquote. But it's like you're there, I see you, I watch the videos. Like I said, also makes it, and shout out to her, also Kanga, for connecting us to you. Also
Right.
makes it for business to send me the videos. So make sure we see this. Like when you're going into the ghetto to those people, are you afraid?
No,
You're
no,
not.
I'm not. I'm not at all. Like, if you see me, you will know that I'm not afraid. In fact, I'm so free that people are concerned about me in terms of health and all those kind of things. I don't feel like they would do anything wrong to me because you can connect. It's easy to connect with positive energy. These people are real people. They understand, they feel, they know who cares for them. In as
Yeah.
much as I have a page, I have a platform, they know that I'm not trying to just use them. They see the passion, they feel it. So I don't feel afraid. They take me to places that they won't take ordinary people. They won't even take police. They take me to their deepest secret rooms. I go in there. So I don't feel afraid. And another thing is, people like you, people are the reason why I keep doing what I'm doing. People like Sis Kanga, you know, uh, people are being fulfilled through me, and I see it as a blessing that something that I enjoy doing is actually changing people's lives. Not only people who are, it might not, if you watch my videos, it might not be someone that you are directly connected to, but for some reason, you just you just feel a part of it. You just want to appreciate God for it. You just want to be happy about what Jojo is doing. So I'm like, okay, so if this is something that is making other people happy, then it's fulfilling me because it's something that I enjoy doing. The way y'all see it difficult, I don't see it that way because I'm passionate about it. It's beyond passion. Now I'm faced with reality. So those are the reasons why I just keep pushing and pushing and pushing, because I feel like if I start now and be afraid and fail now, it's like I'm failing you. I'm failing Sis Kanga and the rest of the Liberian people who support me.
I got that.
Amazing that you say that. So
Thank you.
Glendy doesn't want to share this bit of information, but Glendy actually got me involved in the Zogo rehabilitation somewhat. It's been 6 years now, right?
Yeah.
5 or 6 years. And I understand where the question she's asking you, and I understand where you're coming from as far as you feel drawn to help people. Everyone in life has a purpose, and I think
Yeah,
your purpose is exactly what you're doing. So
thank
so
you.
I've been financially supporting a lot of Zogo children for the last 6 years.
Yay,
Have never,
nice.
ever, don't think I will ever go to the ghetto. So hats off to you. That's not my calling. My calling is to sit back and make sure that every Christmas those children get their toys. If they
Right.
need hospital, they get taken care of. They need beds, we provide it.
Mhm.
That's my thing. So hats off to you. Tell us a little bit
Okay.
about some of the project because I know you're passionate about it. You have a platform. You're on another one. Glendy always say, once you come here, this is home. So technically, you're home. Tell your family while you're home what it is that you're doing and what kind of help do you need?
When we started, I did not have any safe home for them, so I used to take them to another rehab or detox center where they would spend a few weeks, and then I take them back home to a safe home, and from there to another safe home. So we thought it wise to get our own space. It's a detox center slash a pre-recovery center. Is on a duper road, but we take up to like 22 persons at a time, and we understand that there are so many people out there who needs help. And the space we have now, it was a dream come true when we got it. But then now, as we move along, it's been over a year, it's almost 2 years now. It has become small for us. So we decided to get a bigger place, much, much bigger place that could take hundreds of people. So we went ahead to get a land, like 7 plots of land, almost 2 acres around the White Plain area outside of Morovia, because the more you stay into this, the more you learn on the job. Because I had no idea about rehabilitation. I'm not a health practitioner. I have no idea. So it's just me learning on the job and realizing that where I have the rehab now, it's a short term, and we will need something bigger outside of Morovia where we can be exclusive. So we have a project, almost 500,000 project, and we're
Hmm.
gonna have a fundraising in August. Yes, it's step by step what in God can do.
Yeah,
So
I know. Yeah.
Can
we're
you
gonna
can you
have
pause
a
for a
fund.
minute, Jojo? You said you have a project 500,000. What is that? Is that 500,000 Zogos? Is that 500,000 US dollars? What are you talking about?
500, it's actually 475 something. I can get the exact number, it's a lot of numbers, but it's almost 500,000, and we need this money to build a real rehabilitation center for that purpose, because the house we in now wasn't built for a rehab. And like I said, I'm learning on the job, and there are things that I'm learning as we move along. So is a rehabilitation center. We have dormitories, we have vocational training center, and then we have clinic. So all of that is going to be into that. So we have the breakdown, everything. I don't know if I send it to you. Is there. So we're trying to have a fundraising program in August on the 11th, which is also my birthday, where we're going to be raising funds to start. Whatever we can get, we definitely going to start as fast as possible so that we
Can,
can, our
can,
dreams
can
can come true.
let's rewind a little bit. Let's break it up in chunks. When you say we, who is we? Do you have an organization register? Are you established? Damn, there goes the
Just loves them.
internet. $500,000 is an awful lot of money. So I'm interested in learning how, one, she came about the number, two, how organized they are, and how do they anticipate raising $500,000.
So I've seen the. I mean, she can. That. I mean, those are good questions, so that we know, so that people watching can be able to support her.
Absolutely.
But just to see a young woman like this have so much passion, it's almost like dedicating your life doing your own thing. It's like doing it 100%, going to the ghettos, totally forgetting about what she has wanted to do, to be able to serve the underprivileged and the forgotten population, as some people would refer to them. I know one of the things she said was, and she was talking a little bit about the fundraiser in August. We will hope
11.
that we can see what we can do on a Saturday to see what we can to be able to help her. Now, like she's saying, I don't know if she has if the organization is full bloom yet. I think she's just in the initial stages, and it's like she's saying as she's going along, she's learning. But of course, people were talking to Jojo. She's in Liberia. The internet is not the best of friend for us, but we've been talking to
in Miami.
yeah, we've been talking to Josephine Kolubah, who is has dedicated. She said she was an artist. She's a talk show host. Please, if you want to find her page is Coffee with Jojo. She has lots of videos there with her interacting with the Zogos in Liberia. And what we wanted to do today that the internet is not allowing is to get to know her, see what are some of the assistance she needs and what we can do here. Like Agatha said, we've been working with Zogos and Zogo We Care. Agatha, actually, when we started, it took on a project where every year Agatha has been sending supplies, Christmas supplies for the children, backpacks, whatever you name it. It's something that she religiously took on, something we worked through with Caleb in Liberia, has been doing it, sending people to hospital. I think we've had one or two people that also, they went to rehab. And then there's a home with the women and the children. So we do a lot of work in the background. But I was just amazed when we were introduced to Jojo and what she does. So if you're watching and you want to provide some form of assistance to Jojo, like I said, her name is Josephine Kolubah, but everything she's doing that's connected to the underprivileged people is under her page, Coffee with Jojo. If you also hear and you're watching, Osekanga is pretty close to Jojo. You can connect with her. You can connect with us now. We will connect you with her, but we want to be able to see what we can do as on this platform to be. I mean, each of us here, we're doing different things. We're helping different organizations. But when you see a young woman like this who is not saying, let me go find my horse more, let me sit down with my children, let me take care of my own self. And she's so passionate
Selfless.
about what she's doing, and she's dedicated and committed to doing it. It's not easy to work with Zogos. And she's saying that she wants to do that. It is an amazing thing. And I hope that and if we're not able to get her back on, when we do plan something in July, if we can, we will do it on a Saturday where the internet is much, 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 much better.
But we don't want to. Though?
Huh?
Is that really a thing? Is the internet better on the Saturdays?
Yes, like Saturday daytime is usually good.
Okay.
It's usually good. I don't know, maybe evening people everybody following some posts, but most times when we have I don't remember ever of us ever doing a show on a Saturday. Only time we did it was with the last show we did were often concerned it's something that they needed to update their computer. But the shows have always been good. And then we've had people from Liberia here also in the evening that their internet was pretty good. So sometimes it's off and on. But this is what we wanted to do about Jojo is not here, so we're probably going to switch gear. But I want to encourage you to please go and find her page, Jojo, Coffee with Jojo. Coffee with Jojo is her page on Facebook. Her name is Josephine Kolubah. She's a young Liberian woman who has now decided to take on a huge, almost $500,000 project. That's a huge project. And how is she doing it? She is doing the first fundraiser on her birthday, August 11th. So we want all of you here to make a donation. Make a donation. Let's see what we can do to help. I know all of us in different organizations, but that $5 say you can give. You can give it to help Jojo. I don't know if she's going to be able to come back, but if she's not, we will continue. I think we're going to switch gear into Father's Day. Fathers. Let's talk a little bit about fathers and what they mean to us. Every year, of course, this is Father's Day coming up. Let's talk about it. Yes, also we want to say thank you to also for connecting us with Jojo. We will plan to do a fundraiser on here, whatever we can do. Sometime in July, before the main fundraiser in Liberia, we plan to do something so that we as a group, as a platform, as a people can make a donation. This is what we need to do in life to be able to hold people's hands up. We all don't have the same passion, but if you watched, I'm telling you, if you just watch one video of JoJo with those people and see how they're like, Agata says, everything not for everybody. Everything is not for everybody, but if
everybody got that era.
Yes, everybody have the era. If you just do that, you can be able to do that. And there's so many people that are doing good things. So many people. And and this is the thing, it's like other people too, they're doing some work. It's like sometimes you see people, let me just also do a because I see Marjorie is on here. Marjorie also, when you follow her on her journey in Liberia, it's almost like I'm saying, it's like this woman, every organization that she can go to help in Liberia, when she goes, she carries something for some. Now right now she's also doing a drive to be able to provide sanitary pads to the girls, so a group of girls in Liberia. I think also connected with Orphan Concern. That is why we wanted to bring Orphan Concern on. But whatever you can do, I mean, it's like just $5. $5. If you leave that, some people wear knee brace, leave the makeup, use Vaseline, use figs, take that lip gloss money. Look, I got her looking at me. Take that lip gloss money and do it. But please, a young woman like this, we need to do all we can. And we will be bringing JoJo back on. Maybe not today because of the connection, but we will plan a Saturday where we can bring her on. And this is like, and this is what I'm saying, is like Marjorie is writing here. JoJo is remarkable with the young men and women in the country. Yes, go watch the video. I don't think I'm even able to do. I don't think I would just be easily able to move around. And those are people like us, like she said, they're human beings, they're people. And it's almost the same thing with Caleb. When you see Caleb with those people, like sometimes people, Caleb was telling me one time, sometimes when they Zogo or some one of those Zogos, then when they jack people bag or jack their phone, when they come to him, he knows exactly where to go to find those things. But it's like it is the society that we live in.
But they not still Caleb phone too from him. Right? In that place, there he go run behind the Zogo.
Yes. So we got to be able to, if the change we seek, I always say this, the change we seek in Liberia starts from us. And it starts from the little that we do. Yes, we say the government, yes, we expect them to do better, but what are you doing to help? What organization have you partnered with, even if it's $10 to give to somebody? All of you watching this evening, like Agata every year, even if it's more than 75 or 200 kids every year, Christmas time, she sends something.
We're at 300 children now.
300 children. And we send Zogo We Care. We also partner with Rich Kids, Rich in Liberia, the organization. So if you're watching on here and you haven't made up your mind to help any organization, please, there's so many things out there that you could do to be able to make a difference in somebody's life. But want to switch now to Father's Day, Agata. Father's Day is on Sunday.
Yeah.
We're not discriminating. It's fathers, right?
Show them.
All fathers.
Show them. And I'm not talking about single mothers. I'm not one of those.
Yes. I think we need to talk. And that's a good point. It's like people, I don't even have the picture up here, but people, it's a good point you bring up. People always like, it's like, don't slack the men of what they're doing. Yes, exactly. Mothers can step in. Fathers, there are some fathers who are better mothers, but you don't slack them. So
they
fathers
can't be better mothers, they're fathers. Women cannot be better fathers because they're mothers. And men cannot be better mothers because they're fathers.
Exactly. But some people will come up and say, oh, I'm a single man, and he's still a dad. To him, he's still a dad. To you, you're still a mom. Single fathers.
Absolutely.
See, there are people, there are single fathers, there are married fathers. There are fathers who have not been allowed to see their children,
Exactly.
not because they
Because the
don't want
mama
to do it.
petty. Just say it. Because the mother is petty. Let's don't go there. Let's just celebrate the fathers. Let's talk about all the great fathers.
Yeah. So if you're on here and you're watching us, if you want to send a shout out, we will read. We just want to spend the next 15 minutes talking about fathers.
I'm gonna go first because I'm a
Yes.
bit jealous of you at times because of the relationship you had with your father. I wasn't that fortunate to have a good relationship with my biological father, but notwithstanding, I have had very good relationship with men that stepped into that father figure role for me, and I would definitely like to acknowledge them.
Go
First
ahead.
and foremost, my late pops, Henry Shibley. I lived in his household. He fed me, he clothed me, he disciplined me, he taught me things. So, when I say my pops, and a lot of people don't need an explanation because they know my story. And then second of all, I every now and again I'll post a picture, but Jojo Jones, Joseph A. Jones stepped into that father figure role for me when I was a teenager. And I don't care if I'm in Liberia for 2 days or 24 hours. I don't see anybody, I go and look for my pops. So shout out to Jojo Jones and the late Henry Shibley.
Yeah. Yeah. So for me, it's like I have my dad and I were very close, extremely close. It was like I was like a handbag for him. Every people, everybody knew me. Everybody knew him. Everybody knew, if you knew JD Juniors, you knew his daughter. But I my dad suddenly passed when I wasn't ready.
Hmm.
So I really wasn't ready for my dad to pass. I had gone to, and the story is, and I still hurt because it's almost like, and I still hurt, and that's what sometimes grief is difficult for me. And it happened this past weekend. I was grieving like crazy. But then my father, I had gone to bury my grandmother. My mother was sick in the hospital. I mean, sick in ICU. And I had to go to Liberia because her mother had passed. And I had to go bury my grandmother. And got to Liberia that Sunday. Was with my dad Monday, Tuesday. Wednesday morning, he called and said, oh, he was on his way to the cleaners to pick up his clothes because we were going to Banga that Friday to bury my grandmother. And so he called around 9 and said, I'll be home around 1 o'clock. And so that we can get ready. And so around 12, I believe 11:45, 12, I get a call. I get a call from my cousin, Louise Mapler, and says, PE, where's JD? Where's your pa? And I was like, well, I'm supposed to meet him at 1 o'clock. I'll be going to the house 1 o'clock so we can pack our stuff because we're leaving early tomorrow morning. And with my response, she immediately hung up. And I can tell you where I was standing on Rehab Road, facing Honorable Barker's house. I was walking somebody halfway, and I felt something left me. And so I immediately called my dad's phone to check on him. And when I called the ladies, my cousin answered, and I said, let me talk to Daddy. And she said, I said, where is Daddy? She said, we're here. I said, here where? She said, oh, we brought him to strike her. What do you mean? She said, we brought him to strike her. He had a fall. He had a fall at the Temple of Justice, coming outside in a pavement, getting in a car, lost his balance, he fell. And they took him to Cooper Clinic, and he was bleeding from his head, and they said, we can't do anything with him. So they decided to take him to JFK. And by the time they got to JFK, he died. And I was like, you're joking. You can't be serious. And so that's how I learned and it's like something was stolen from me. I wasn't ready for my dad to go. I hadn't really done anything for him. I was just beginning to work and to be able to do something for him. And he was just snatched. And every time I think about it, I have so many regrets that it's like you can't roll back the time. You can't fix it. It's like I decided to go. My cousin Curtis and Kato decided to take me to the funeral home. And it was the hardest day for me. It was July 3rd, 2014. And we go to the funeral home. And that same funeral home, my grandmother was there. Because Stryker funeral home, my grandmother was there, and I had to go to see my dad laying on the gurney. I wasn't ready for him. And so the entire time I was there, I went to bury my grandmother. My mother was in the ICU. My mother was an only daughter. And so because she was sick, I had to go bury her mom because she was an only daughter. And while I was there, my father was snatched away from me. So I regret because I really, when I got to the place where I was able to work and make money, I couldn't do anything for him. And so sometimes I act strong. I did a quote the other day that people who are strong or who act strong, they have weakness. And this is the weakest spot for me, is every time I think about my dad, I get so depressed. And it happened to me this past weekend. I got close to J. Edwin Lloyd. I found out 2 years ago that he and my father, but we never talk about my grandmother's family, my dad's side, because I think there was something with their family, so we never talk about it. But I know that my father and Edwin Lloyd was so close. And so 2 years ago, he tells me all the story. And then we were so close. He loved me so much. And this weekend, I found it hard to go say goodbye to him. And I couldn't go to the funeral because it reminded me so much of my father. And I couldn't go. So I was, and I'm thankful to Miata and Dino kind of taking me away, and carry me places. But the weekend was tough for me. It's like, as I get close to somebody again that I want to refer to as a father figure, they just up. And so for me, Father's Day, it's always hard because I wasn't ready for my dad to go.
Couple of things as I hear you talk, I can assume right away you've never been to therapy to work it out. You definitely need to. What you had with your dad, most people can only dream about. And something that you have that your father gave you, it's good memories. And nobody can ever take that away from you. So a couple of things I would recommend. I know I talk about therapy all the time, and this show is not about therapy, but my auntie needs to hear this. Glendy, you need to go and talk to someone and truly work this out, because I think you're missing really good things because you're so much dwelling on not being ready for your. I don't think you would have ever been ready for your father to go.
I don't think so.
I'm just being honest, right? So I would recommend, and listen, when we do this show, sometimes it's for us more than it's for you all. But we have opinions, we're not experts. And I'm a firm believer of therapy. If you've been through the war and you haven't gone to speak to someone about the trauma you experienced, please do that. If you experience grief and you haven't come to terms with it, as Glendy hasn't, please seek help. You cannot take care of the people that depend on you if you have not taken care of yourself. And I see a lot of hurt. I see a lot of hurt instead of you celebrating. You need to celebrate what it is that your father was to you, and that very special and dynamic relationship that you had with your fathers that some of us girls could only dream about. So let's focus on some of the positive things about the man that made you the woman you are today. So we celebrate his life, right?
Yes.
We
Yeah.
thank him for him being him and loving you as he did to make you the remarkable woman that you are today. So
Yeah.
that is one amazing father.
Yeah. Yeah. I lacked nothing.
Nah.
I remember going back, and we're almost at the end, but I remember getting, when I got married to my ex, my father cried the entire day. Oh my God, he
I bet
cried.
you know what trouble.
He cried. The people were teasing him. I remember because the Bronskin was there, they were teasing him. So many people. You know how when you get married back then, they have the trunk, right? You remember the trunk? So
Yes,
my
with
things
all the
were
stuff
packed,
you put in it.
and we went that evening to pick up my trunk. Now, just completely traditional. You go. I went home after the wedding, went to our apartment. Then I went home to pick up my trunk. And as we put the trunk in the car, my dad said to me, he said to my ex, he said, if you ever lift one finger on this diamond that you're taking, where they found diamond fund is where you go. If you ever, and so I'm telling you, my dad was so, and I thank you, Agatha, for doing. I have not healed from my dad. The clothes he died in, his phone, his glasses, the bag I brought it in, I still have it. I have not worn him at all. I have, and therapy will be good. I have actually taken him and park him somewhere. Just stay there where I don't lose you. But I remember going to that night, getting married. We'll get in a bed, probably to do whatever, and I start crying. And I said, oh my God, my pastor vexed with me. Oh my God. If you can find a husband at the time who was upset, Jesus, and like everything just shut down that night. He said, are you serious? You hear crying? Oh my God, I miss that man so much, but I love him. He loved me back. I really, really do love him. I miss him. I'm just laughing. I want to celebrate all fathers. Want to celebrate you for what you do for your children. How
Yes.
you can. Sometimes it's like Monday. I had to post that quote because sometimes people see me and they think I'm so strong. I have a lot of weakness in me, and my weakest.
You're human. It only makes you human.
My weakest point is I have not been able to mourn my dad or to get over how him being snatched away has hurt me.
Yeah.
And then in 2013, he said something to me. I said the other day, he said, you have to, I won't go into details because particular statement is in the Barren book, where he said to me, you have to make sure, I'm telling you this, and if I die, you're going to remember this. You have to make sure that you find yourself in a place where people appreciate you. He said, right now, where you are in this space, you are not appreciated. He said, they don't know your worth. And I hope you will find up and pick up the pieces and you will leave this space. And for him not to be alive today, to see me, it is what it is. But I think it was good to cry a little bit today.
It was okay, but
Yeah.
I'd be remiss if I don't give a shout out to my baby's daddies.
Yes. Yes.
My freeloaders
Yeah.
daddy.
Yeah.
I'll give you a really quick story. My oldest daughter, when she first moved out after graduating college, she moved in with a friend of hers, and the girl's dad came to help them move, and the man had a little tool bag, and he was trying to do something, and my daughter was criticizing this man work, and she finally said to the man, just leave it, my dad's coming, he'll fix it. And then she writes, after Glad comes and Mr. Joseph goes into the house, hook up the washer and dryer. She wanted some shelves up. She wanted a TV on the wall. He did all of that. She takes a picture of Mr. Joseph tool bag, and she put it next to the man's her roommate's tool bag.
Mm-hmm.
And she said, "This is what a real man tool bag supposed to look like." But my husband is on 24/7 notice. These girls call him for everything. My daughter in the Army told me that when she goes on a date, there's a couple of questions that she asks the guy. Can you change your tire? If you can't change your tire, if I got to call my dad to do something, I don't need you.
You don't need to be there. Yeah.
So, but shout out to Mr. Joseph and all the dads out there.
Yeah,
Happy Father's Day, and thank you for all you do.
Thank you, Sarah's also happy Father's Day. Happy Father's Day to everybody.
Yes.
We want to thank you. So continue to hold us up. Sometimes we act like we're strong, but we're weak. This past weekend was really tough for me. Not to be able to go to Reverend Lloyd's funeral, but I couldn't do it. I just couldn't. I didn't want to be able to go to say goodbye to him, so I didn't go.
The funeral and stuff is for the living. It's not for the dead.
Yeah. But anyway, happy Father's Day to all of you.
Yes.
We look forward to seeing you. Like Agatha said, let me read a quote from the book.
Okay, now. Y'all go get your book. Go and say, I'm going to give her no happy birthday. I'm going to go and
buy your book.
Buy her book.
Go and buy your book. I'm actually the
book. One for Father's Day.
They say what?
Give us a quote for Father's Day.
I don't know if there's a Father's Day quote there, but the book of Search is divided into 3 parts. It talks about love, it talks about pain, and it talks about being barren. So I'm gonna look
at you barren and you got how many children?
But that's the story you're gonna hear. You're gonna hear how people called me barren.
So that's why you were dropping it 2 by 2.
So this is the one. It's a book of quotes. It's a book of quotes, and you'll read it more. I don't want to give up everything, but I want to say something to you. One of the things I've learned is that people heal a lot in their mind. You heal up here first, and I learned that. And so most of the things, and that's why I think counseling will help me a lot, because I did everything up here. And I have not been able to empty it anywhere else. It's here. But I was able to at least heal physically outside for an outwards appearance. Like I'm okay, but it's still here. So I wanted to, so this book here is actually, sometimes I will sit for hours and just write. And these things that I wrote, over 500 quotes is in this book. of the things I was, the situations I was in. So this one is I'm going to read it's called Chosen, Chosen. As strange, and if you can connect it, I was actually in a space that day where was I really chosen to be married, not be married. And so the poem is chosen, as strange as it may be to you, I've chosen you for me. I want nothing more in my space. I want no one else in my corner. I've chosen you. So that was the first place that, yes, you've chosen me. And then what else happened? So it's different course. I want to encourage you to go and purchase it. One of the things, thank you, Sarah, bestseller. I hope it gets there. It can only become a bestseller if you buy the book and do reviews. So if you buy the book and you do reviews, we'll do that. I'm not going to put this is the second book. The third book that's already ready, it's I just need to decide on when. It's a story of two women who was called barren. One is still barren and one has had children. And there is a woman who dedicated her story to me, wrote her story, and asked me to publish it along with mine. So that one is coming out. You're going to hear some serious details about her and about myself and about how society looks at people who don't have children and how they treat them, not understanding what they've gone through. So I think when we get the third one, then we'll look for a book launch. We'll never know, but we'll keep writing. Because for me, writing is also healing. So I want to encourage you, for those of you who have purchased it, somebody is not going to have to order hers. It's been sent. It was emailed today. It was mailed today, an autograph. So she'll be getting her soon. But I want to thank all of you for the support that you gave and what you mean to us. So on next week, Thursday, we will be here. This was a show.
It was therapeutic.
Yes, this was a show. So thank you everybody for watching. We will reconnect with Jojo. Also, if you're still here, thank you. We'll connect with Jojo so we can plan something for a Saturday where we can come and help raise some funding. She's looking for over $475,000 to build a whole compound for our abandoned children. We want to be able to see what we can do to help her. So thank you, fathers. Celebrate mothers. Go celebrate your fathers, your children's father, and your fathers. That's please Sunday that I your time. Your lady men, you celebrate them. Okay. Happy Father's Day to everybody. Oh, before I go, just as a matter of advertisement, these t-shirts were made by Cyrus McGee. He's selling them. Sarah is on Facebook. If you want, Sarah also works with KMTV. We interview he and his very gymnastic daughter, Angelina. So these t-shirts he's made, we want to be able to see what we can to promote him. Young couple with a young daughter, they've been able to support her through her gymnast career, and she's doing exceptionally well. So we want to see what we can do. Just purchase a t-shirts for Independence Day so we can support Sarah's. If you need a t-shirt, send me an email, send me an inbox message, and then we can do what we can. Actually will be to where Cyrus is pretty soon in 2 weeks, and I'll be getting my t-shirt from him. So until then, Agatha, thank you for counseling me. She's always telling me I need counseling. I do need counseling. I will get it. Just a matter of time. I need to be able to, and if I don't get it, I don't think I'll be able to move on from the space I'm in.
Absolutely.
So I have to be able to let it go. So folks, thanks for watching. We'll see you on next Thursday. Have a happy Father's Day to everybody.